What a game of football that was. The beautiful game in full force. It was absolutely fantastic. Welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So going into this game, Argentina were on a 36 unbeaten run. They'd only conceded 2 goals in the last 15 games. And I did not see that coming after Messi stuck that penalty away inside the first 7 minutes. What a game that was. Saudi Arabia were absolutely fantastic in that game. That they were brilliant. And what a game of football. And it feels like the World Cup's starting to get that sort of World Cup fever now. I thought the atmosphere inside the stadium was the best so far. It was absolutely brilliant, and it was a really, really enjoyable game to watch. And this is what the World Cup's all about for me. You stick the TV on, you watch a football game, and you get engrossed in it from the first minute. It had everything. It had an early goal. It had brilliant defending from Saudi Arabia. It had passion. It was just fantastic, and it was fully... I was engrossed for the whole 100 and whatever minutes we've seen so far because it was just a really, really brilliant game. And fair play to Saudi Arabia. They look the best Middle East side that we've seen so far at this World Cup. And it probably puts England's result in a bit of perspective as well about how good England played because it was really, really good. And I tipped Argentina to win this World Cup. And they may make the final. In 1990, they lost their opening game and they made the final as well after losing their first game as well. But, you know, Emiliano Martinez, his first appearance at a World Cup, it was great to see him at a World Cup. Absolutely fantastic. I was so happy for him when I saw him in that tunnel and I was proud. Felt like a proud dad watching him walk out at the World Cup as well. It was great to see him at the World Cup, but it's not been the start that he would have wanted. I don't think he could have done too much about both the goals either. The first goal was a really good finish as well. So, what we've seen so far then in the World Cup about the grappling, you cannot hold on to a player in this World Cup. We've seen numerous penalties now for holding on to players on corners. So I think that's sort of the precedent that the officials have set in this World Cup, that if you hold on to an attacking player in the box and you take them down, it's going to be a penalty all day long. Apart from England, I don't think the officials found the agenda there. But, you know, first half, watching that game, first 7 minutes, I thought, here we go. Argentina were going to win this 5, 6 or 7 because it just looked like Argentina on top. They were knocking the ball around really nice. And Saudi Arabia, fair play to them, all game had that at high line. That offside trap was bulletproof, weren't it? Every single time Martinez was through on goal, he dinked the keeper and he scored and it got pulled back for an offside finish as well. And they just held that offside line all game. I thought first half, Argentina were decent, probably the better side. They were looking to get in behind, but, you know, they weren't timing their runs, were they? They were offside so many times in that game. And I felt like going into half-time, Argentina would have come out a different side. But again, what we said again about England and the game that the opposition for England would have played is that that if you can get in and the game is really, really tight and you're only a goal down, then you're still in the game and it can breed confidence. And we saw that Saudi Arabia did exactly that. That they really got confidence from only being 1-0 down at half-time, whereas England was sort of like 3-0 up at half-time. It's sort of game over, isn't it? So I felt like Saudi Arabia grew into the game and they got that first goal, didn't they? And it was like that nice bobble finish that just sort of took it away from Martinez, didn't it? And then what scenes when they went down at the end again and scored, and it was 2-1, and what an absolute finish, and Martinez could just sort of just tip it. Couldn't just get a strong enough arm on it, couldn't he? But it was an absolute fantastic game of football, and I just loved it, to be fair. So if we share the screen now and have a little look at some of the stats from this game, then so momentum bar pretty much all Argentina all game, wasn't it? But Argentina were just so ponderous and so loose with the football. They just kept giving it away. I thought Di Maria was Argentina's best player. It wasn't quite happening for Messi, was it? And De Paul just kept giving the ball away as well. I think he had a really poor game. But the momentum bar was fully with Argentina, but they just weren't using the ball enough, were they? There was plenty of yellow cards for Saudi Arabia. And yeah, what a performance from them. The player ratings, so Martinez had a 6. I'd say that was pretty fair if he conceded 2 goals. What's De Paul? Yeah, De Paul 6.9. He was really loose. Messi 7.7. Lautaro Martinez 6.5. They just really lack the presence and focal point up front, don't they, Argentina? So I just felt like that's what they missed in that game, and some of these ratings here in defence should be far higher. I'm not going to pronounce any of their names, not going to butcher them, but you'd be looking at eights across the board there because they defended so doggedly. It was brilliant, and I think what was really good and really surprising for me is the press. The Saudi Arabian press set the tone in this game, and there's no better sight in world football than seeing a press that works, and I think that was at the detriment to Argentina because they just couldn't work the ball, could they? I mentioned I thought De Paul had a poor game, but every time he got the ball, there was a Saudi Arabian player on their toes, and I thought they were really, really good, Saudi Arabia. They were brilliant. And if we have a look at some of the stats for the game, so we have 69% possession for Argentina, 15 shots, 6 on target, 6 off target, 3 block shots. And this is the one for me, the offsides. That Saudi Arabia had such a high line in that first half. If Argentina, especially Martinez, Messi, just held their run a little bit, they'd have been clean through. They didn't need to be in offside positions. They could have just held their run. And that was an area in which they struggled all game. Saudi Arabia made 21 fouls, 6 yellow cards, big chances for Argentina, 2. Shots inside the box, 11. Passing had 85% passing accuracy, 46% long balls. Have we got any of the duels won? So duels won, Saudi Arabia 34, Argentina won 61. Interceptions, this is what we need to look at here. 14 interceptions for Saudi Arabia and 27 clearances. So absolutely brilliant. Just loved the game. Just loved watching it. I loved the passion. I thought the atmosphere, like I said, was the best that we've seen so far. And the time added on, we've seen there was over 80 minutes has been added on in this World Cup so far. So they're really trying to keep the minutes where the ball has been stopped, add the time on, and then you're having like 8, 9, 10 minutes added on at the end of the games. And we had 6 minutes added on at half time as well. So that's what we've seen. But massive shock. Biggest shock so far. And it's all to play for now for Argentina, who are in a bit of a tough group now. They've got some tough games coming up now, Argentina have. So tough times for Argentina. But yeah, Martinez, not the start he would have wanted. So brilliant game. Just thought I'd come on and react to this game as well. So fantastic game. And I'm loving the World Cup now. I am loving the World Cup. So stay tuned. We have a live watch-along coming this evening. France, we're going to have a watch-along for France v Australia. So if you all want to come and join and watch the game with us, it would be highly appreciated. If you are new, subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching our World Cup content.